episode of Campus Compass. Today we discuss everything finance. Here with me is a special guest, a final year student of the Department of Theatre and Media Arts, a freelancer, and the ASMA's president-elect, Adegbite Richard, also known as Richard Wilson. Today he will be taking us on everything finance, from budgeting, saving, and investment. Welcome to the show, Richard.
I am very honored to be here. And you see, when we talk about finance, especially in students and in school setting, it has been a very tough topic because most students spend impulsively because they see this, they want to buy things, they say that they want to buy that, or because of pressure and everything. So they want to like just meet up with standards and everything. So now there are different ways students meet their academic needs. We have some that are being sponsored. We have some that have their parents cater for their needs. We have some that they themselves are the ones sponsoring themselves in school, and we have scholarship, right? So now, you see, the four of them, when it comes to financial discipline, majority of the students do not have it. So now we start from budgeting. When you talk about budgeting means giving a tax to each naira that will leave your wallet. So now, for example, in the theater, if you want to make a production, you will hear costume budget, um, publicity budget, all this budget. Why do we have the budget? So that we will know where the money is going to, and so that we will not just spend money anyhow without accounting for it. So now every student can budget their allowances every month so that at least to the third week of the month, they will not be broke down and they will not be broken down of their allowances. So there's this rule I actually create. I call it 60, 30, 10% rule. For example, a student that gets, let's say, 40,000 naira from home every month as allowance, take the 60% from 40,000 naira. Let that be your main needs. When I talk about main needs, I'm talking about transport, feeding, and the likes. Then 30% of it, take it for, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. And make sure those ones are something that are genuine. Not that, okay, you have clothes, but you still want to buy a latest designer wear. Those kind of ones will only drain you financially. They will not add to you because at the end of the day, nobody cares about what you wear, right? So now, let there be something you truly want. Let's say, okay, there's this book, and I don't want to collect the money from my parents, and I really want this book for myself so that it can boost my academics. You can get it. Then 10%, take it out from savings. So now, talking about savings, before you spend any amount from your allowance, I will say take at least 5% out of it. Okay, this is what I want to say. We save because we want to meet some emergency needs. And if we don't actually cultivate the habit of saving, we might actually get stuffed at some point. Because, for example, now banks, their network might not be good, and your parents want to send you money, or maybe your guardian, or maybe you are a freelancer like me and you want to get paid from your clients. The network might not be good. Or let's say some other factors delaying payments aside bank networks. Let's say uh there's no money at home to send and you don't have savings. At the end of the day, what will you do? But if we save, just like the slang that is raining these days, they said you save to get saved, right? So now if you save before you they send you money from home, or before that client send you money, or before the bank can actually work on their service, you will have something to at least meet 20 or 30% of what is going on. They call it emergencies. And now I want to quickly talk about loan too. You see, loan is good and loan is bad. It depends on the context in which you get the loan. Some people take loan to show off. For example, your mates are doing birthday, what are you calling it? Is this birthday spree or something? So, yeah, something like that. So, you too, you want to do your own. You now go and collect loan from maybe OPay, PalmPay, Okash and the likes. You now say, okay, people come, I'm doing birthday. I want you guys to come and celebrate with me. Meet me at what's the name of this club that we always use in next week? Parador. Then at the end of the day, you now spend over 150K loan money. The next day, you now be thinking, God, how will I pay this loan? That doesn't make sense. But let's say you get loan to pay your tuition fee. You know that at all, you can call people around that, hello, I want to pay my school fees, so, and I'm thinking of people will actually help. But they I say, my friend, what do you use the loan to do? I do birthday. Nobody will take you serious. And this won't actually add to you. Because I believe school and universities, it is like the last level between you being a child to your parents and you being a man or a woman to yourself outside the world. So loan is good and it is bad depending on the context at which you use the loan. You can take loan to buy assets because assets will generate the income back. But if you take loan to buy liability, you are ruining yourself. That now leads me to the last point, investment. You see, one thing about the students of today, we students of today, is the fact that we want to make quick profits. And this thing is ruining us in the sense that, okay, you have 10,000 naira savings. Someone has said, okay, maybe your name is Miracle. Miracle, I want to introduce you to an investment. What was the investment? If you put in 10,000 naira, by 3 days' time, you will get 30,000 naira. That's a very big scam. It's a very big scam because even if it is real, it will be like all those MMM, all those GetTep, and all those likes. Once you start putting your money, they will just. Okay, I was watching a post on TikTok when someone was calculating how percentage, like real investment percentage, works. He said, for example, if you are following the rule of 72, if you invest $100,000, before you can get times 2 of that $100,000, you must have invested for at least 15 years before you can get 100% interest or profits rather. So now let's now come to today's student world. How many of us can stay for 15 years on investment? The fact that we don't think long term affects us, and that is one of the reasons why a lot of students will be hot in 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, and at the end of the 400 level, you just see them die down. So if we can actually work better on how we handle things, we tax every naira that we want to spend out of our pocket, we invest into meaningful things, and we also save a little, even if it's 5%, it will actually go a long way, not on our finances alone, but to get us disciplined in life. So that's my take on it.
Thank you very much for your insightful lesson.
You're
So I
welcome.
want to ask, what do you think? How do you think students can make money in investing?
There are a lot of ways to make money, not just in universities. You see, one of the things people should look into in university is not a place to make any enemy. You aside academics, you seek networking in universities. Okay, for example, one of my photography mentor, when he was in school then, the clothes he used to wear are very tattered. In fact, he cannot buy himself designer slide or anything. He always carry one what I call it, tote bag around everywhere, even his laptop. But he made sure why that was going on. He networked himself with not the people in his department alone, but around the school, and made sure that every customer he gets actually refer him to another person, and also work on himself and his photography. Immediately this man graduated, the first thing this man bought was car. He set up a studio for himself, bought camera, bought lights, a lot of things, and then changed his wardrobe. When Nana asked him, why didn't you get all these things when you were in school? He said there's time for everything. Then every money he's getting, he made sure he invested it in his academics and also networking himself with people. So after school, there's nothing like academics to spend on again. In fact, this guy did not serve. He said, how much did the government want to pay me for 1 year that I will not make on just one seat here? So you should network yourself with the right people actually. And there are freelance business. Me now, I'm also a photographer, but what is actually carrying me in school here is photo editing, which is freelance. You can sit down here and have your customer in Switzerland, anywhere. Just have a method of payment that is both suitable to you and client. Then there are some businesses like digital marketing. There are also some big businesses you can venture into, like selling of thrifts, wares, selling of things people need. And let me just point this into sell services. Like, let anything you want to venture into, let it be things people need. Like, even if people can do it by themselves, let them be like, okay, this thing, if I do it, example, laundry. Not everybody can do their laundry. That's why we have laundry shops where they go and they, okay, let me wash my clothes and this and that. So sell services and network right. Treat your customers well. Even if your customer is your enemy, at that moment, I'll refer my business, so this and that. So by that, even outside school, you still make your money and you still make more clients for yourselves. So that's just my advice.
This has been a very wonderful discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing all these insightful lessons with us. Thank you for coming too. And there you have it. We've come to the end of today's episode. I hope you learned a thing or two in today's episode. I'll see you next week. Bye.